For centuries, people have feared what they don't understand. Among the most misunderstood subjects is Satanism, a concept surrounded by myths, fear, and fascination. Let's take a closer look through 10 compelling facts about Satanism. The idea of Satan didn't appear out of nowhere. Ancient cultures like Babylon and Egypt had deities associated with chaos or darkness. While not direct equivalents of Satan, these figures influenced later ideas about evil. The word Satan originates from the Hebrew Satan or Shaitan, meaning adversary or accuser. In early Jewish texts, Satan appears not as an independent evil force, but as a challenger acting under God's command to test human faith. In Christian tradition, Satan's image evolved significantly. In the Old Testament, he's a tempter, like the one who leads Adam and Eve astray. But in the New Testament, especially in Revelation, he becomes the ultimate enemy of God. Zoroastrianism, an ancient Persian religion, contributed to this dualistic view of good and evil. Ahura Mazda, the god of light, battles Angra Mainyu, the force of darkness. This theme would echo through later religious thought. Satan is known by many names: Beelzebub, Baphomet, Baal, and more. These often trace back to ancient deities once worshipped across the Middle East. Over time, monotheistic religions branded these old gods as evil, lumping them under one dark figure, Satan. In the Middle Ages, during the rise of the Inquisition, Satanism was weaponized. People, especially women, were accused of consorting with Satan and granted magical powers in return. Many were executed without evidence. This era also solidified Satan's now familiar image: horns, hooves, and hellfire. During the Enlightenment, interest in Satan took a new form. Writers and philosophers began to use the figure symbolically, to challenge dogma and celebrate free thought. In the 20th century, satanic imagery gained popularity in rock music, often used to shock audiences and question societal norms. The actual practice of Satanism, as a self-declared religion, didn't emerge until much later. For most of history, being labeled a Satanist was an accusation, not a belief. Governments and churches used it to target dissenters or those with unorthodox views. One of the first organized satanic movements was founded in 1966 in California. Its creator promoted Satan not as a literal being, but as a symbol of individualism, self-expression, and rejection of religious control. This modern form of Satanism does not involve devil worship. Its core principles focus on rational thinking, self-indulgence over self-denial, and embracing human desires rather than repressing them. Their rituals are theatrical and emotional, aimed at catharsis rather than summoning supernatural powers. Music and atmosphere are key to enhancing the experience. Despite popular belief, these ceremonies do not involve harmful or illegal acts. The highest holiday for modern Satanists is one's own birthday, celebrating the self above all. Other observed days include Walpurgis Night and Halloween, chosen more for cultural relevance than spiritual reasons. Over the years, this movement attracted both admiration and criticism. Some accused it of being a money-making scheme, as advancement within the organization sometimes required large donations. Other satanic-inspired organizations emerged later, including some that diverged significantly. While some continued the symbolic tradition, others began to view Satan as a literal deity. One such group, the Temple of Set, was founded by a former high-ranking member of the earlier church. Claiming to have received a divine message, he established a new system focused on Set, the Egyptian god of chaos and storms. They believe in spiritual development and an afterlife attainable through personal evolution. A more fringe group, known as the Joy of Satan, blends Satanism with pseudoscience, alien myths, and openly anti-Semitic ideology. They believe in ancient extraterrestrial creators and conspiracy theories involving reptilian overlords. Despite its extreme beliefs, the group operates mainly online with no real-world gatherings. Another significant presence is the Satanic Temple. Despite the name, it's not a religious group in the traditional sense. Instead, it's a secular activist organization promoting science, rationalism, and individual rights. They have made headlines with symbolic protests, such as attempting to install a statue of Baphomet next to religious monuments on public grounds, highlighting constitutional issues of church and state separation. They also advocate for women's rights, particularly around abortion access. One campaign involved framing abortion as a religious ritual, pushing legal boundaries to protect the procedure under freedom of religion laws. The Satanic Temple also created an after-school program promoting science, critical thinking, and compassion. While controversial, their goal is to challenge religious favoritism in public institutions. Despite their provocative image, both the Church of Satan and the Satanic Temple are fundamentally atheistic. They reject the existence of supernatural beings, instead using Satan as a metaphor for rebellion, freedom, and reason. Yet there remain a few groups that do believe in Satan as a real entity. Their numbers are small and their beliefs vary widely, from mystical systems to alien conspiracies. Throughout history, Satan has been a mirror reflecting societal fears, religious tensions, and cultural transformations. Whether as a symbol or a deity, the figure of Satan continues to provoke debate and inspire curiosity.